Morning, dear students. In previous class, we were discussed about magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. It means a magnetic field is directly proportional to the amount of current flowing through it. D is directly proportional to I. And magnetic field is directly proportional to number of turns of the wire. It means B is directly proportional to N. This is because current in each turn is in the same direction. Therefore, the field due to these terms adds up. Afterwards, what is meant by solenoid? It means a magnetic field due to current in a solenoid. Solenoid is defined as a coil consisting of large number of circular turns of insulated copper wire. These turns are wrapped closely to form a cylinder. Afterwards, what is meant by electromagnet? It means the strong magnetic field produced inside a solenoid can be used to magnetize a piece of magnetic material like soft iron. When placed inside the coil, the magnet so formed is called electromagnet. Yes, learn with the help of what diagrammatic representation. Afterwards, force on a current carrying conductor in magnetic field. It means the direction of force on the conductor depends on two factors. First one is direction of current. It means the direction of force on the conductor can be reversed by reversing the direction of the current. And second, direction of magnetic field. The direction of force on the conductor can be reversed by reversing the direction of magnetic field by interchanging the position of poles. And finally discuss Fleming's left hand rule. Yes, my dear friends, Fleming's left hand rule states that if the forefinger, thumb and middle finger of left hand are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other such that the forefinger points along the direction of external magnetic field, middle finger indicates the direction of current, then thumb points towards the direction of force acting on the conductor. Yes, my dear students, let us see today what is mean by a electric motor and in which principal electric motor is work and construction of an electric motor and working model of an electric motor. Yes, my dear students, first of all, electric motor is a rotating device used for converting electric energy into mechanical energy. Yes. It is a rotating device, electric motor. It is a rotating device used for converting electrical energy into electric energy into mechanical energy, electric energy into mechanical energy. Yes, my dear students, what happened here? the electrical energy is converted as a mechanical energy. It means totally it is termed as what a rotating device. How it rotates with the help of what electrical energy. Electrical energy is converted into what a mechanical energy. Yes, my dear students, in which principle electric motor is work? Principle. In which principle electric motor is work? Yes, it is based on the principle that when a rectangular coil is placed in a magnetic field, yes, my dear students, okay, it is an rectangular coil A, B, C, D, rectangular coil, placed between what a magnetic field. It means permanent magnet, permanent magnet, permanent magnet, and current is passed through it. Two equal and opposite forces act on the coil which rotates it continuously. Yes, my dear students, it means when a rectangular coil, when a rectangular coil is placed in magnetic field, magnetic field, and current is passed through it, current is passed through it. Two equal and opposite opposite forces act on the coil, which rotate it continuously. Yes, my dear students, in which principle when a rectangular coil is placed, it means ABCD is placed in between a permanent magnet, what happened, the current is passed through it. Two equal and opposite forces act on the coil which rotate it continuously. Yes, my students, and construction of an electric motor. How electric motor is constructed? Construction of an electric motor. Yes, my students, it consists of a rectangular coil, already know, say ABCD, connected to a source of current and a switch. A source of current and a switch. My dear students, it is connected where a source of current as well as a switch. The commutators R1 and R2, it means R1 and R2 are fixed to the coil, passed tightly against brushes B1 and B2. Yes, my dear students, R1 and R2 are termed as what? A split ring. Brushes are termed as here B1 and B2. The function of commutator is to reverse the direction of current flowing through the coil after every half rotation. In an electric motor, split rings act as a commutators. Yes, my dear students, here R1 and R2. Yes, both are termed as what? Split rings. What is the function of split rings here, my dear students? They are act as commutators. Why? Why? Because every half rotation, what happened? Current is flow to water in this coil. That's why R1 and R2 are termed as here a split ring. Yes, let us see how we construct our electric motor is constructed here. Let us see. It consists of a rectangular coil, a rectangular coil, rectangular coil A, B, C, D is connected to a source of current and a switch and a switch. Yes, my dear students, the commutators R1 and R2 are fixed to the coil, and pressed tightly against the brushes B1 and B2. The function of commutator in split ring is to reverse the direction of current flowing through the coil after every half rotation. In an every half rotation, in an electric motor, split rings acts as commutators. Yes, my dear students, this is the construction. It consists of a rectangular coil. A, B, C, D is connected to a source of current and a switch. Yes, the commutator R1 and R2 are fixed to the coil and pressed tightly against brushes B1 and B2. The function of commutator, it means a split ring is to reverse the direction of current flowing through the coil after every half rotation. Is after every half rotation, what happened? The direction of current is reversed, where in an electric motor, split ring act as what? Commutators. Yes, my dear students. Now see working model of electric motor. Let us see working model of a electric motor. working model of a electric motor. Yes, let us see how electric motor is work. Let us see coil ABCD be in horizontal position. When the key is closed, the current flow in the coil ABCD through brush B1 and flows back to the battery through the brush B2 via ring R2. Yes, my dear students, what happened here? A rectangular coil ABCD in an horizontal position. A, B, C, D in an horizontal position. What happened here? Current is flows through where? In an brush B1. Okay, brush B1 and to battery through the brush B2. Brush B2, B1 and B2. Yes, through water via R2. Yes, via where? R2. Yes, here. Via R2. No force act on arm BC and AD as they are parallel to magnetic field. Arm AB experiences a force in downward direction and arm CD experiences an equal force in upward direction. The direction of force is obtained by applying Fleming's left hand rule. This causes the coil to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. When the coil rotates in the vertical position, the brushes lose contact with the rings and current stop flowing. But the coil does not stop due to inertia of motion. Yes, my dear students, coil does not stop. Why? Because of inertia of motion. When the coil rotates, the ring change their position and come in contact with opposite brush. This reverses the direction of current through the coil, but the direction of current on right hand side of the coil remains the same. So, the force on right hand side is always upward and a force on left hand side is always downward direction. Yes, my dear students, right hand side what happen is always, right hand side is always upward and left right side is always downward direction. Thus, the coil continues to rotate in anti-clockwise. Yes, coil rotate. What a anti-coil rotates always anti-clockwise direction. Yes, my dear students. A speed of rotation of motor can be increased by, first one, increasing the strength of current in the coil. Second, increasing the number of turns in the coil. Yes, the speed of rotation of the motor can be increased by yes, first one, increasing increasing strength of the current in the coil. Yes, second, increasing the number of turns in the coil. Third, increasing the area of the coil. And fourth one, increasing the strength of strength of magnetic field. Yes, my students. How increase the speed of rotation of the motor? It can be increased by increasing strength of the current in the coil and increasing the number of turns in the coil. It means number of turns is increased. What happened? The speed of rotation is increased where in a motor. Third, increasing the area. Yes, area will be increased. What happened? Area of the coil will be increased at the time the speed of rotation of the motor can be increased. And finally, increasing the strength of a magnetic field. Yes, my dear students, after discussing about what a working model principle and construction of electric motor, let's see commercial use of electric motor. A commercial electric commercial electric motor. Yes, my students. A commercial electric motor has the following components. First one, an electromagnetic in the places of permanent magnet. Yes, my dear students, where it used an electric magnet in the places of permanent magnet. Second, a large number of turns of conducting wire in the current carrying coil. Yes, it means HP are there, half HP, 1 HP. It means a number of coil, a number of wire will be increased. Third, a soft iron core on which the coil is wound. The combination of soft iron core and coil is called armature. It enhances the power of the motor. Yes, my dear students. Electric motor is used in electric fans, refrigerator, rickshaws, washing machine, computers, MP3 players, etc. Yes, my dear students. It means largely electric motor is used in an commercial purposes. Yes, let us see. Electromagnetic induction. What is meant by electromagnetic induction? Electromagnetic induction. So what is meant by electromagnetic induction? Let us see. An electric current produced in a closed circuit by changing magnetic field is called induced current. This phenomenon is called electromagnetic induction. This was discovered by Michael Faraday. Yes, my students. What is meant by electric induction or electromagnetic induction? An electric current and electric current produced in a closed circuit in a closed circuit by changing magnetic field by changing magnetic field. Magnetic field is called an induced current and induced current. This phenomenon is called electromagnetic induction. Yes, my dear students. discovered by Michael Faraday. What happened here? An electric current produced in a closed circuit by changing magnetic field is called a induced current. Yes, here